Complicit, written by Andrew L. Schwartz. Fade in, interior, Pap's house, day. On the TV screen, flipping through channels, tensions in the Middle East, killed cops, severe droughts. The channel stops on the news as a wheelchair-bound elderly man, Albert Goebel, 94, is seen entering a courtroom pushed by two men. It is a painfully slow affair. Goebel is obviously too old to be there.
This was the scene today in Germany as senior citizen Albert Goebel, former Nazi officer at Auschwitz, was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in the Jewish death camp during World War II.
Watching the television is Pat, 80s. He stares. And on the TV screen, the news anchor, Clarita Torres, 30s, is a fierce, dark-haired beauty.
With us today is Lieutenant William Hamilstein.
Clarita, thank you for having me.
Lieutenant William Hamilstein, 40, is a small but burly man with definite Napoleon complex. He has a shiny bald head and a big nose.
Lieutenant Hamilstein is leading an international manhunt against former Nazi officers. Lieutenant?
That is correct. I want to take the time to say that my men are not out there ruining the lives of senior citizens. Rather, we are doling out justice to criminals who have long awaited their judgment day.
But why now? Many of these men are too old to even care for themselves. Why make them show up to court at all?
Well, Clarita, we are bringing these men to international court, not an Olympic triathlon. They have been evading trial since Nuremberg in the 1940s. Simply put, time is running out.
Pat continues to stare.
And how do you feel about Goebel's statement at court?
That he's morally complicit? We're not dealing in the abstract here. Nazis at any level are accessories after the fact. My men know who we are after, and we are searching for concrete evidence.
In what form?
Well, a lot of these old-timers still keep their scrapbooks from their tour in Deutschland, right under the members-only jackets. Basically, we know who, where, and what to look for.
And where have you found success in locating these men?
All over, Clarita. They're in our old homes, and they're down in the street. Our goal now is to find them before they make it to places like Argentina, where Nazi sympathizers harbor men like Albert Goebel.
The TV shuts off. Pat struggles to get out of his chair and approaches the stairwell. He sits in the electric stair chair built into the wall and starts his ascent. Interior, Pap's room, continuous. Pap's room is meticulously cleaned. The dresser tops are clear and clean. The blanket and bed sheets on the single cot mattresses are folded with precision. The door opens. Pap enters. From inside the closet, we can see Pap rifle through some items on the floor. He picks up a leather-bound ledger and shuts the door. Black. Interior, newsroom, day. Lieutenant Hamilstein, against a blue-black drop, stares into the camera.
In closing, Lieutenant Hamilstein, do you truly believe Mr. Goebel, a man of 94, deserves to serve prison time for military crimes perpetuated in a previous century?
I do.
A beat.
Thank you for your time.
And cut.
Lieutenant Hamilstein raises quickly from his chair and walks off stage. Clarita follows him.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Oh, Mr. Hamilstein, my producer wanted to talk to you about...
Lieutenant Hamilstein, sir.
Talk to me, Sergeant Sacco.
Sergeant Sacco is Lieutenant Hamilstein's right-hand man. He's tall, dark, lanky, and makes a good wingman. He flanks Hamilstein's side opposite Clarita as they walk through the news studio.
We have a line on the head of the DOTs from California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas.
Where?
On a conference call in one of the, white rooms?
Green rooms.
Green rooms, sir.
Patch me in. We'll have to do it another time, Clarita.
He walks off. Clarita and Sergeant Sacco look on.
It's to the left. California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. The DOT.
Heads of the Department of Transportation.
The 4 states that border Mexico.
Before the interview, Lieutenant Hamilstein researched just how many people tune into your nightly program. A lot of old folks.
And what, he thinks he'll catch runaways at the border?
The beat.
That's classified information, man.
He walks off. Interior, Pap's room, day. Outside, the dogs are barking. Pap sits at his desk as he begins to draft a letter. The leather ledger sits on the bed. Pap stops to look out the window. Through the window, 2 leashed German shepherds bark at nothing. In between them is a fire pit. Exterior, Pap's house, day. A Mercedes-Benz pulls into the driveway. Marie Strasser, 40s, exits the vehicle. She is Pap's daughter, and she still has it for her age. She dons a yoga outfit and carries 2 bags of groceries. The dogs continue to bark. Interior, Pap's house, continuous. Marie enters. The house is empty.
Pat?
No answer. She drops the groceries and walks to the stairwell. The stair chair has been returned to its original position.
Pap, pap.
She walks up the stairs. Interior, Pap Pap's room continuous. The door opens. Marie enters. No Pap Pap. Something catches her eye as she walks to the window. Through the window, a fire rages in the pit. The dogs continue to bark. Marie runs out of the room. The letter sits folded on Pap Pap's desk, unbeknownst to Marie. Exterior, Pap Pap's house continuous. A pail of water is dumped onto the fire. The contents have been destroyed. Marie embraces the shepherds. They stop barking.
So where's Pap Pap, guys?
Interior, exterior, Auschwitz, Poland, flashback day. At the Auschwitz rail station, a Nazi private, Private Waltz, 18, is hard at work filling in data in an open ledger. The door opens, ringing in a Christmas-themed welcome bell. Private Waltz looks up from the ledger. He has a baby face that hides behind wired John Lennon-style glasses.
Private Volts.
Private Waltz immediately stands at attention, saluting his ranking officers.
Officer Goebel.
Officer Goebel and his comrades laugh.
I told you he was uptight. I'll catch you up with this.
The comrades walk off. Officer Goebel lingers for a moment. The following flashback scenes are spoken in German.
Yes, sir.
Have a seat.
Goebel sizes him up.
Are you enjoying your work?
Yes, sir.
Goebel removes an envelope from an inner lapel pocket. He drops it on the table.
What is this?
Your cut from last week's arrivals.
Private Waltz opens the envelope to reveal money.
Sir?
Think of it as a bonus. You're doing well. You keep your mouth shut. That doesn't go unnoticed around here.
Albert Goebel swaggers off to join his comrades. Private Waltz lingers for a moment with the envelope. Interior, clerk's office, continuous. Private Waltz sticks his head into the transportation clerk's office.
Going for a smoke.
The clerk, fascinated by an American Playboy magazine, nods apathetically.
Train full of cargo coming in today.
Exterior, Auschwitz, Poland, continuous. Private Waltz walks away from the rail station. He crosses over train tracks and stops. He pulls out a lighter and sparks his cigarette. He keeps the flame alive. He removes the envelope full of money from his jacket and torches the envelope. He watches it burn and drops it. A train blows its steam whistle. Private Waltz looks towards the noise. Exterior, interior train station, end flashback day. Pap Pap wakes up as an incoming train sounds its steam whistle. Interior, Papa's house, day. Marie paces around the kitchen on the phone.
I don't know, he usually comes with me to pick up the kids.
Cut to, exterior street, day. Lieutenant Hamilstein and his men are suited up for a raid. In two files they advance up the street. Cut to, interior train station, day. Pap Pap struggles to get out of his chair.
3:15 train to Los Angeles.
Cut to, interior, Pap Pap's house, day. Marie is still on the phone.
Maybe he got caught up with a lady from his retirement center? I'm okay, thanks. Bye.
She hangs up and grabs her keys. Cut to, exterior street, day. Moving quickly, Lieutenant Hamilstein signals.
Sacco, the flank!
Their target, Pap Pap's house. Cut to, interior train, day. A train employee helps Pap Pap into his seat and punches his ticket.
Los Angeles, huh? Last stop?
Yes, sir. They're the first of many for me.
Yeah, where are you running off to?
Cut to, exterior Pap Pap's house, day. Marie exits the house.
On the ground, now!
Marie screams as a SWAT team converges on her.
Move in! Move in!
Cut to, interior train, day. The conductor smiles at Pap Pap.
South America.
Cut to, interior Pap Pap's room, day. The door is kicked open. Lieutenant Hamilstein enters to find it empty. He surveys the space and walks over to Pap Pap's desk. He picks up the letter. Interior, Pap Pap's house, continuous. Marie stands in the kitchen with a few of Lieutenant Hamilstein's men drinking coffee. She is visibly traumatized.
Marie Strasser.
Lieutenant Hamilstein walks down the stairs.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Lieutenant Hamilstein slams the letter on the table. We can finally see its contents. On the letter, I confess, Private Joseph Waltz. Lieutenant Hamilstein steps very closely to Marie as he tries to read her.
Let's go, boys.
Interior train car, night. Pap Pap observes a few young men playing a game of chess. It's a fast, bumpy ride. The young men laugh as their pieces bounce around but never fall from their place. It's a magnetic set. Pap Pap gets up from his seat and approaches them.
Can I have next game?
We get a better look at the youngsters. The two guys, 20s, resemble one another. They have similar haircuts and facial features, but one is slightly larger than the other. They're in noticeably good shape. Their names are Lamb and Scheinberg.
Sure, have a seat, Pops.
He does.
It's Pap-Pap, actually. The old game of king's almost as old as I am.
Well, considering the modern version of the game dates back to the 13th century, and there are even earlier examples of it being played in parts of eastern India in the 1st century, I doubt it.
Pap stares inquisitively, while Lamb shakes his head dismissively.
Students?
Soldiers.
We're on leave. I'm Private Steinberg. This is Private Lamb.
I was a soldier once.
This catches Lamb and Scheinberg's attention.
World War II?
Which one of you boys am I up against?
Moments later, Pap uses his knight to make a move on Scheinberg that wins one of his knights. Lamb looks on.
So where were you stationed?
Germany, Poland, 39 to, well, the end.
The European theater. A cold, dark contrast to island hopping in the Pacific. Where were you? Dug out at Bastogne? Storming the Rhine?
He's a history nerd if you haven't noticed.
Well, it's important to remember the past. It's just as important to leave it there.
Still, the greatest generation. What a time to be alive.
Pap gets visibly shaken up.
You okay, sir?
I left my family.
It's what we do.
No, you bleeding idiot. Yesterday, I left them. I ran away.
Take it easy.
Pap regains himself.
Who are you, old man? What's your story?
I was a soldier like you two, following orders.
A tense beat. Scheinberg leans in and eyes Pap.
You said 39? The Allies didn't invade Germany until...
I was following orders. You boys know what it's like? We did what we were told. The world was on fire.
Another beat.
Who scorched the earth first?
Scheinberg makes a move. Pap looks at the chessboard.
Checkmate.
Exterior train station night. Pap is helped off the train. He glares back. Through the window, Scheinberg and Lamb stare. Pap looks ahead. We are at the Mexican border. As Pap approaches customs, a few agents begin to eye him. At the customs window,
Passport, please.
Pap hands it over. Customs agent analyzes it carefully. He enters some data into his computer. The customs agent looks up toward Pap. Two other customs agents flank him on both sides.
Mr. Joseph Waltz?
It's Pap now.
We need you to come with us, sir.
They escort Pap off. He looks towards the Mexican border. So close. Fade out. The end.